Let's go to James. James, you're first up on the Vegas Take. What's going on?
Hey, what's up, James?
Hey, good morning. Yeah, I don't think Biden's a predator. Is he a little creepy? Sure. But those two guys you just had on are part of what's wrong with our political process. I feel just as good about them as I do about what Adam Schiff has been trying to do to our president for the last 2 years.
Well, I'm not going to make the correlation to Adam Schiff and Jacob Wall because, you can, if you want to make the correlation and say that, that Schiff has tried to smear people, I'll have that conversation with you. But Jacob Wall has a history of doing this for years. I think Schiff has done some good things in his career. I couldn't really name you one good thing that Jack Berkman or Jacob Wall have done in their career.
And I agree with you. And those two guys you just have on, we got 3 letters for people like that, and they are POS. And we need less of those kind of people. Hey, I'm a Republican. We need less of those people on both sides and let the reasonable people take control.
Yep. All right. Well said, James. I appreciate the phone call. Thank you very much.
Got some breaking news, Brian. The Clark County Commission is holding an emergency meeting at 11:30 a.m. today to discuss Governor Steve Sisolak's Phase 1 reopening standards and to direct staff accordingly.
Okay, well, that would mean it's going on right now.
Right, as we speak, yes.
So we'll continue to update
when you tell someone that you have a day to reopen their restaurants,
exactly.
The county is scrambling, as well as probably a lot of business owners as well.
And more on that, Treasure Island has just made a statement that they do plan to be opened on May 22nd. They are on the Strip.
They could plan to say whatever they want.
Well, we had South Point say that the expectation is the last week in May that these major casinos will be open.
Okay, but it's not their decision.
That corroborates that timeline.
But it's not their decision. They could plan to do whatever the hell they want to do. You know what? A month and a half ago, there were casinos on the Strip that were taking reservations, and they were planning to open up, at the end of April. That doesn't mean anything. The only thing that matters here is what the governor decides. When the governor says you're allowed to do something, then you can do it. If people don't like it, well, that's too bad.
And I think he did say casinos on the Strip Phase 4.
Yeah, there's no way that they're going to be open. First of all, the governor said specifically between phases it'll take minimum 2 to 3 weeks. There's no chance that there's going to be a Strip casino that's going to be open in May. It just doesn't make any sense. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen, folks. It's delusions of grandeur. It's not going to happen.
It seems like you want it not to happen at this point,
okay,
Brian.
Well, that's ridiculous.
If I was a listener,
if
I was a listener,
that's ridiculous.
I would think that it seems like you don't want the Strip to open.
I don't care what something seems like. All I care.
You take a lot of satisfaction in the fact that people are mistaken about, like for myself, about dates to open. Brian, the county commissioner came on our show yesterday and said that we are going to be in a $1.9 billion cash shortfall over the next 12 to 18 months.
Let me respond to what you just said.
That is a very large deal. That's going to result in budget cuts in the 20 to 25% range in a lot of different areas that are necessary to keeping this city afloat.
Okay, let me respond to what you just said because I completely categorically disagree. You said that it seems like I don't want things to reopen. First of all, number one, I don't care what it seems like to people. I only care about what's in my heart and what I feel, and I say it on the radio, and here is to this, okay? I'm trying to deal with facts, not what somebody told me, not what somebody thinks, not what a casino representative said, because they don't know anything when it comes to this. I am going by what the governor has said, and here's what the governor has said. Fact. The governor said in his last press conference that between phases he estimates will take minimum 2 to 3 weeks. We are in Phase 1 tomorrow. Please explain to me how we go from Phase 1 to Phase 3 in a couple weeks. It makes zero sense. It's not going to happen. So this seeming that I don't want the Strip to open is not only not true, but I'm basing it on facts of what the governor has said, not what somebody told me or what some casino representative told me. The governor said 2 to 3 weeks minimum to go from phase to phase. So I ask you again.
I am not buying that. That would put.
So you think the governor's lying? Okay, fine.
I think it's going to change. I think that thought process is going to change.
And who told you it's going to change?
I think those standards are going to change because you can't leave the Strip closed until the end of July, Brian.
Okay, but you're claiming that you believe.
And that's what we're looking at.
Okay.
3 weeks from May 9th would be June 1st. 3 weeks from June 1st would be June 21st. 3 weeks from June 21st would be July 15th. We would be looking at July 15th to start Phase 4 of reopening.
All right. Well, you can think
and
the governor
stimulus
is wrong,
package
but
doesn't even go through July.
Again,
or the extended $600 a week in unemployment doesn't even go through July, Brian.
Okay, you're entitled to that opinion, and that's fine. I disagree with you. But it's a fine line between saying, well, I disagree with what the governor said. I think he's going to open earlier than, well, casinos said they're opening May 22nd, so I guess they're going to open May 22nd. It's not the casino's choice. The casino doesn't make that choice. I am strictly forming my opinion on what the man in charge said and nobody else.
Right, and I'm saying that is going to change.
Well, that's your opinion.
I
disagree with you.
Every 3 weeks we're going to move into a new phase.
Okay. Well, I disagree with you. I'm only going by what the governor has said, and that's what I'm going by. It's not like I want everything closed down, and I can't stand it when people want to throw me under the bus like that, or other people that agree with me. I want things to be done safely. I want it to be done responsibly. I don't want this virus to come back in another wave. And I want to listen to what the experts say, and I want to listen to what the governor says. You can disagree with the governor all you want, but that's where I form my opinions on. The experts, okay, not politicians, not people that I run into on the street, but actually people that have more information than us. That's what I think is more important. I'm glad that we're going into phase 1 tomorrow. I think that's great. I hope everybody does it in a responsible manner. Doesn't mean that everybody should be out there storming restaurants, but I'm glad that things are going to start to reopen. But just because things are in phase 1 tomorrow doesn't mean that casinos and the Strip are going to be open next week.
And it's going to be that way. You're going to have people going to the same places where they can go. I mean, people that have been sitting at home for a month or 2 months are going to have pent-up energy. They're going to want to go out and do things. They're going to congregate to the exact same places. So the virus is going to spread quicker than it would if we just opened everything else up at once. Because you'd have more options for people to actually spend their time in different places.
I completely disagree.
How could you disagree with that?
For this reason, if you open everything up at once, I do believe the Strip might not be mobbed, but I certainly believe that there's going to be some tourism. People are going to come out here, across the country. Maybe not throughout the world,
which is a good thing.
It's not a good thing when you have a cesspool of people not practicing social distancing, thousands of people in small areas, when the CDC, the health experts, the scientists, the doctors, even those in Donald Trump's administration, are simply saying that we are not ready yet.
Some are. Some are, and some are not.
Okay, well, how can you make the case then that in one of the highest populated tourist destinations of the world, that you're okay with that being open, but other parts of the country not being open? That makes zero sense. We would be a cesspool for this. We have to be smart about this. That's what the governor is doing. That's why the president put in place these phases to go through. Opening everything up tomorrow would absolutely be a detriment to everything we've done the last 7 or 8 weeks. All the hard work we put in and being in quarantine, it would say, you know what, let's just forget about everything and let's just open everything up.
And let's keep in mind that in New York, 1,300 were hospitalized. They did a poll on, or they did a study on those, a contact tracing study, and they found out that almost 70% of those people that had gotten sick to the point where they had to be hospitalized were at their house, were at their residences or their homes the entire time. We could do as much excessive mitigation as we want to do, Brian. The virus is going to spread regardless.
So open everything up.
And that particular situation, well, obviously, if you're high risk, protect yourself. If you want to wear a mask, protect yourself. It's not just open everything up and say, that's not the case at all.
All right, well, I think that's insane.
If you have the flu, Brian.
This is not the flu. Why are you bringing up the flu?
Don't pull that. But if you
you don't pull that. This is not the flu.
But if you have the flu, right? Do you go to a crowded restaurant? Do you go to a basketball game in a big arena? Do you go to a football game?
This is 10 times more lethal than the flu. But
if you're sick, I'm saying, but if you're sick, do you go to those places?
Okay. Well,
the answer is no. Usually, if you have the flu, if you have serious,
there's something called asymptomatic.
If you have serious symptoms of the flu,
have you heard of something called?
You
have
stay
you heard
home.
of something called asymptomatic?
I certainly have.
So your argument makes no sense.
In those situations,
your argument makes no sense.
You don't get it. You don't get sick.
Your argument makes no sense.
How does it not make sense, Brian?
Because there are people asymptomatic.
I'm saying you can protect yourself.
Okay, so you're saying open everything up. You can protect
yourself.
If
you're high risk. No, it doesn't
so
make
why
a
have we been practicing social distancing? Why has everything been closed?
We want high-risk individuals not to get this virus because they have a chance of being hospitalized.
Not just high risk.
They have a chance of being hospitalized, overrunning the hospitals, and possibly dying.
Okay. All right. Well, it's not just high risk.
99% of the country is, when they get this virus, is not going to be in that situation.
Okay, well, I'm going to give you a
newsflash. And so asymptomatic cases, from that perspective, as long as they're not being around someone who's high risk, That's all you have to do.
Okay, well, I'm going to give you a news flash.
It's very simple. It's not complicated. And you're right. There are 33.4 million people unemployed right now. There's 74,000 deaths.
Here we go again.
But you also here we go again. You're saying the exact same thing, but I can't say the exact same thing.
No, I didn't bring up.
No, your position is literally, this is what the experts say, so I agree with them.
I didn't bring up
I actually have a legitimate reason to bring up the things that I'm saying, and it's not predicated on what Anthony Fauci says or the governor says or the experts say. And the governor has he's pushed his timeline forward a week already. Why would I not think that he would do it again, considering the fact how important gaming is in the Nevada economy, how there's no state income tax, how there's no food tax, and we need money from these different revenue sources to actually survive.
Let me know when I can interject. Okay, first of all, I have never brought up the flu when it comes to this virus. I never will because it's ignorant. I'm not going to do that.
No, I'm saying
that's number one. That's number one. Number two, I have a news flash for you, and I'm telling you this right now, and I'll make any bet you want. The Strip and the casinos will not be open in May. They will not be open in May. I know that'll disappoint you, and I know it'll disappoint a lot of people, but I'm telling you right now, the Strip and the gaming will not be open in May.
You're saying no gaming across the state of Nevada will be open in May.
I'm saying the Strip will not be open in May.
You said the Strip and gaming.
I do not.
What about local gaming?
I do not believe that local casinos will be open in May.
Okay,
either.
I will make a bet with you on that right now.
All right.
What
is it?
You tell me.
You tell me.
You let me know.
All right. So if you're wrong or if I'm wrong,
we bet about a casino. I like it.
That's absolutely right.
Okay, I will say
it's in theme.
I'm an idiot and a buffoon, and JD, you were right, and you have to do the same thing for me.
Okay, that's fine. I'm in for that.
Wait, you have to call him an idiot and a buffoon?
No,
I have to call myself an idiot as well as a buffoon. Okay, I'm fine.
Call yourself an idiot?
Yeah, I'm in. I'm fine with that.
Oh, we gotta save this. We gotta save this audio.
This is definitely.
No, hold on, and we are going to keep that clip, and we will play it every day for a week.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay,
that's fair.
And it will be June 1st because I'm saying by the end of May, gaming will not be open, casinos will not be open. Deal?
Okay, so if they open June 1st.
Nope, I win the bet.
You win the bet if they open June 1st.
I said May. Now you're backtracking? I
said May.
Okay, fine.
Okay, that's a deal. All right. I cannot wait until you call yourself a buffoon on our show. It's going to be so much fun. We're going to play it every day.
Idiot and a buffoon.
We're gonna play it every day. I cannot wait to cash in on that bet. That is going to bring me so much joy.
Or
and by the way, we're going to.
Or you could be calling yourself the idiot and the buffoon.
By the way, it has to
be right.
That's true. It has to be said perfectly. So I'm going to make you do like 3 or 4 takes live on the air. I'm just letting you know. You're going to have to say it like 3 or 4 times.
No, I'm a one. I will do it one time under those circumstances, and I expect the same out of you.
All right,
you got to say it with feeling, though. You got to mean it.
Yeah, you got to mean it. All right, that's a bet, folks. All right, we're going to take a weekend break. I know I need a weekend. Hope everybody enjoyed the show. Be safe out there, everybody. Have a great weekend. Sean Hannity coming up next.